Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be changing the vacuum pump seal on this 2016 F250 with the 6.7 liter. So as y'all can see, we've already done the CCV reroute. Let's reroute it all the way into the exhaust so we don't got no oil drips under the truck where it comes out. But this little guy back here is the vacuum pump. And we're going to try and take care of see those oil drips there, over here. It's just nasty up in there. So we're gonna try and fix that problem. Hopefully this works. Stay tuned. All right, hopefully you guys can see what we're kind of doing there while we start taking the stuff apart. So it looks like we're gonna need to remove our air intake. So we're gonna go ahead and do that first. We already loosened these 4 bolts, the little clamps. This was a 5/16 or a flathead. It's probably too loose. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen this cover of our air intake. We'll go ahead and unplug this so that little red tab slides out, and then make sure you pull it all the way out. Sorry guys, so you got to pull that red tab out, and then you got to push in the middle and it will release. So we got that out of the way. Now we're going to loosen these. We got some different size bolts, screws going on over here. Number 3 Phillips and the number 2. So we switch back and forth. All right. Now, go ahead and get our filter off here. That's also going to be a 5/16 or a flathead. Okay. Now the filter came right off there. Probably give that a nice cleaning. We have the air filter cleaner kit, so we'll do that. before we put it all back together. That just slid right out like so. Tighten these back up a little so they don't fall off. Okay. There's radiator line. So now that we got that out of the way, we need to we are after not this front fan bracket, but this is the actual vacuum pump, and we're wanting to get to, I believe it's gonna be this bolt 8mm, this bolt 8mm. There's gonna be like 2 more on the other side, so we're gonna get to that next. Here we go. All right, so to remove this belt, you're gonna want to get your breaker bar, and in this case it is not a 1/2 inch, it is a 3/8, and you can feel right down into this hole. It's a little square hole for your 3/8 adapter. I'm gonna put it in there. In perspective, we're right under your air intake pipe that you removed. So you gotta feel down there, feel for it, and then we're gonna get y'all set up to try to break this free, loosen the belts, get y'all's best visuals possible. Okay, hopefully y'all can kind of see what's going on right there. All right, so All right, so I'm sorry I didn't record more. I don't really recommend too many people trying to do this at home unless your mechanic level skill is greater than mine, that is. Anyways, I did get it finished, or I mean, we got it off. We're not finished yet. But with just ratchet wrenches like this and like this, it does take a while, and it is pretty hard without taking apart more than what we got apart here. If I were to pull all this out, give me some elbow room to work down in there, maybe take the fan out instead of just pushing it forward, then probably it would be a little bit easier. But we're trying to take apart as little as possible. So anyways, you got these 5 long bolts that came out of, let's move your vacuum pump out of the way. It came out of this. I'm gonna have 1, 2, then over here, I believe it is 3 goes through. Or better yet, let me show you on the engine here. So those long bolts go through this plate that attaches to your fan, and they went in to here, down there at the bottom, directly above it. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. You're not gonna be able to see 5, I don't think. There she is, number 5, right in the middle of the screen there. So 5 bolts out of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the first thing. Get those 5 bolts out. Pull this bracket forward. These are going to be a 13 millimeter. All right, so once that easy part is done, no, I'm just kidding, it wasn't too easy. That was probably the most struggling part. All right, after that, then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through, maybe we pulled 1 too many out. Should only be 4. That's correct, should be 5, I believe. No, I'm sorry, it's only 4 bolts. Pay attention to what you're doing on that one. So I pulled out that one out of something else. We're about to put that back in. Don't do that. So it should only be 4 bolts on the vacuum pump. 1, 2, 3, 4. And those are gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this 5th one I pulled out right there, I'm gonna put back in, and you can tell all these have a washer. This one does not. That's the one that we pulled out of the wrong place. Also, I don't know if y'all can tell how nasty that is. We're gonna brake clean all that up. I mean, it's pretty bad. Pretty sure this was our oil leak issue right here. So we're gonna try to clean it up as best as possible. So if this wasn't the issue, maybe we could determine where it is coming from. Yeah, this is the vacuum pump gasket replacement on a 2016 F250 with the 6.7 liter PowerStroke, and we're trying to resolve an oil leak. Once again, that's the one that wasn't supposed to come out, just putting it back there. So all right, we're gonna get all this stuff brake cleaned up, change out the gasket, clean that up real nice and pretty, and we'll be back. All right, so we got everything cleaned up pretty well, as good as possible, much better than it was. We'll be able to tell hopefully where it's leaking from if this doesn't fix the issue. So we got our old gasket all removed. Our new one, it only could go on one way. So if you try to flip it over, everything does not line up, as you can tell. So it's a one direction gasket. There's some little tabs here, one more right over there on the gasket. And they just seat right in like so. These little tabs fold back to hold the gasket in place. That one. That one. And this one. So just like so. All right, now we're gonna start putting it all back together. All right, so this is an update video after we got our vacuum pump gasket changed. It's been a couple 100 miles. I'm sure you guys cannot tell, probably not exactly sure what it looked like prior to the gasket seal being replaced, but there was oil all in the engine bay, on the top of this, on the bottom, dripping. I'll show y'all down below. So it's been a few 100 miles in a couple days, and we used to have residue of oil on all these bolts up here. I would be able to see it dripping off of these. So we cleaned all this up real well, as best as we could, when we replaced the vacuum pump seal, and I believe that fixed the oil leak that we had. I was worried it might have been an upper transmission pan, but as for now, we will not be replacing that. Looks like this took care of our issue. So all this used to be covered as well, really bad. So it does look better, hopefully. If anyone else has an issue like that, they can just invest in a $15 gasket and a little bit of elbow grease, and it will fix their problem. So I'm sorry I didn't record putting it all back together, but there she is. Thanks for watching. Come back, like, subscribe, comment. If you want to see something else, if you'd like to know what's all done in here, let me know. Thanks for watching.